So I'll try to keep an eye out for it. When he's back up, I'll just call for it, and then I'll DPS will switch back to the Fear Ad. And that's whenever Alexstrazsa gets to 20 or 25% of his health taken away. Um, DPS for the moment, I think would be fine with it. Other than that, there are also a couple of other things going on. Throughout the entire fight, there are going to be purple circles that just, show up basically where people are pretty much everywhere. The big ones, people need to get out of. The tiny ones, people need to suck. When the big ones blow up, they're gonna do a ton of damage to people standing inside of them, and it's not really gonna benefit anybody to get hit. It's basically just wasted damage. So if you see a big one, move. If it's under the boss, move boss, all that stuff. After those blow up, little tinier circles are gonna come out, and if those aren't soaked, they're just going to, steadily stack up as more of those purple things go out, and it's gonna make ranged and healers have a really tough time with their job. So, ranged, soak those when you can. If they're in melee, just soak those. Once again, they're just tiny little circles. After you see the fight a couple times, it's pretty easy to tell what's what. Aside from that, there's also effects that those weapons, the skull X and square markers, have. The skull one, which we're going to start off with, the Trident of the Deep Ocean. Once the boss hits 25% of his health taken away, he's going to activate a relic and summon his special things. When the relic comes out for the spear, it is going to put a little bubble thing around it, and it's going to explode and kill everybody if it's not nuked down. So if you're over by the Trident, you need to just burn the shit out of the boss as hard as you can when he hits 25% health. So otherwise, we're all gonna die. If you are at the X, it's going to cause a lightning pulse throughout the entire raid. Really healing intensive, so we need to make sure we have some cooldowns saved for that. If a boss gets 25% taken away by the square, he's going to put a shield on them as well, but this one isn't going to blow us up or anything. But instead it makes it so people take no healing. So when that happens, we're going to need to also nuke the shit out of the boss in order to make it so people can heal us again. So if we're over by the square, and we get Fethul down, we need to keep the ads that he summons interrupted entirely until that shield's down and people can heal us again. Otherwise, we're gonna be, stuck at almost no health. Tanks could pretty easily die there. It's just no fun. Zaxaj needs to be range tanked. He gets reduced damage the further away whoever's tanking him is. He does little casts, and the further away the person he's targeting is, less damage they take. So, yeah, we need tanks with the ability to heal themselves, a ton of extra mitigation. Generally, warlocks are really good at it, especially the affliction ones, since they can just chain drain life, and it's usually more beneficial for them. So Quinn, you're sacrificial lamb for that job for the moment. I think you just pretty much need to nuke him in order to get it started. Let me just quickly check to see if I can find anything more about that. I'm not seeing anything in the adventure guide. So, everybody else, just go and attack Fathul, Quinn. Just attack the little caster dude over there. Try to drag the caster, if possible, to about at X, and then position yourself in a spot where healers can still get at you. No, I didn't get to that yet. Since Envoy brought it up, we need to kill them within 20 seconds of each other. So when we get over towards the square and they're under 25% health, they need to be killed as evenly as possible. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun for us. The Alexstrazsa also does a little frontal cone, kind of like the trash at the start of the raid there. He's going to make it so anybody who's hit by that is attackable by allies. So do your best to dodge that. It's also completely avoidable damage and all that. So move, I guess. It's pretty easy to see after the first pull, so won't be getting used to that soon. There are a couple of other things to worry about, one of which is a little pulsing thing that he puts out on people. It's gonna do a bunch of damage to you, everybody inside of your area, and you need to run out of group for it. There's also a different little thing that gives you a damage increase at the cost of 10% of your stats every stack, and we need people to dispel that whenever they are. Usually when they get to about 5 or some stacks or something like that. Usually we can get a little bit of extra damage on the boss, but if it gets high, then any effects going out kills you. Yeah, it'd be nice if I don't need to repeat it. There's a lot of stuff going on here. I think that's the gist of most things. The artifact order is generally going to be Skull X, and then we finish the last couple off over at Blue. If we can give that a shot. If we don't like that order, we can try something else, but I think that's about it. I think tanks need to swap the Fathul guy at about, what, 4 or 5 stacks or something of his effect? I think's what other tanks are doing. Have you read into any of the tank-specific things you need to worry about, Herschel?
Nope.
Alright, so going in blind, this is going to be wonderful.
There's something we have to do around, like, if he's at 75, 50, or 25%.
Yep, I went over that with the artifacts already.
Okay, cool. I think the tanking matters as well.
Okay, I wasn't aware that there was some tanking issue with it.
We'll find out.
Yep, we'll find out. It's going to be interesting. Veggie has to go. Is he already out?
3.
Okay, yeah.
No. 1. Still
It shows that we have 14, so it's showing the correct amount of people in the raid.
Yeah, he's not in the raid.
Try to drag the guy over to the skull marker if possible. Oh, Cherub, you do not need to attack that guy.
Watch out, he's aiming at us.
Yep, that's the little thing that makes it so you're attackable by other players. So whenever he's doing that cerebral assault, you gotta move. That right there is the big circles that I was talking about you don't stand in. The ones that Quinn just ran away from are the tiny ones that you want to soak. For the most part, we can be pretty close stacked to the tanks and the, these guys. I think range be about as far away as we are right now. Still close, but you know, not super far away or anything. He's doing an ability right now that's going to summon the ads and put the bubble on it. So that right there is the witness the end going off. We've got 2 others that are solar beamed, which are good. The debuff's gone. So can somebody interrupt the one closest and let the one in the back go? And that right there was the DPS bubble that we needed to burn Fathul with. I didn't see how much damage we needed to do to it. Let me look that up again.
As much as possible, right?
Oh yeah.
Do all the damage.
Yeah, basically when he's doing his thing over at Skull, you need to just burn the boss when he, those ads come out and he's got the effect and all that shit going on. Let's see. Witness the end's only 48k in normal, so that's a bit easier to deal with. But still, we want to have him staggered, kind of like I was trying to do there. Just a little more DPS on the boss so he can survive past it.
Could be wrong on this, but I played with one group or so, and I was reading up on it. That one ranged DPS is supposed to be hitting what's his name?
Alexstrazsa, yeah, I know. We already said Quinn should try to take that.
Sorry, I came in bed. Sorry.
Yeah, you started to, and then Cherub took your job away. You took your job. So, Cherub, just stick with Fathul with Herschel, and you're just supposed to tank swap that guy, while ranged classes deal with the other one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dodge the
Melee
cerebral
weapon.
assault. Is that the max range you can get away from that guy, Quinn? Yeah, try to stay about there. Just need healers to make sure that they keep you up. Dodge the assault. Alright, he's empowering the relic now. Focus damage the boss. Trin and I will interrupt the guys in the back. Let the one closest to melee do his cast. Keep nuking Fathul. Envoy, interrupt the one in the back, please, with your solar beam. Okay, at least we can survive 2 of them. I think it doesn't get the increased damage in normal. Now we're going to be switching to the ranged boss on X. Just drag the melee one over to the side while all the DPS kill that one. Dodge the somebody dispel Trin, please. He's empowering the relic now. We need a healing cooldown. Jinx to innervate. Beat down the Visage from Beyond. That's the fear ad I mentioned. Alright, now drag Zexash to Skull, please. Don't attack the Visage anymore. He needs to full heal before we can kill him again. If possible, Herschel, drag the melee boss over to Ek. Alright, the fear adds back up. Kill it before it fears us.
It's gone.
Alright, back to Zexash. Beat him down to his next one and need to do the other fear ad. We're also going to deal with another one of the nuke bubbles, so we need to try to nuke the ad and the guy as quickly as possible. It's kind of a pain. So, good time to use cool. We need Fossil to stay alive for a longer. Ouch. Can I get a battle res, nuke the boss and his ad as quickly as possible? Get the ad. Alright, now we're on the melee boss. He's gonna be doing it pretty much immediately, so we're gonna need another healing cooldown in a sec.
Beware.
Alright, I'm gonna interrupt one in the back, Trin interrupt one, and let the other cast. Alright, now Envoy interrupt one, let the other cast.
He's down, someone needs to tank the other boss.
Fear adds back up, kill Fear ad. Fear ad's dealt with. Let the other guy finish his cast. And now we move the bosses to blue. I think people, or a bunch of people just died from their Herald thing and other stuff going off at the same time. Alright, we're trying to bring the bosses closer to square now. Alright, we're gonna start off with Fathul, so kill Fathul. I'm gonna try to res Trin. Where are you, Trin? There you are. Alright, beat Fathul down to 25%. Well, most of the DPS is dead, but let's try to get this to use his ability there so we can see what it's like. The heal or healing received 0 and all that. He's empowering the relic there. Everybody is receiving 100% reduced healing, so it's pointless to use abilities. Then you've got to burn down his shield, which is... let's see if I can find the total right now. You know, just another 140,000 damage there. But yeah, if we had more of the DPS alive there so we could interrupt the ads, burn the shield down a little faster, things would have been pretty decent there.
So why can't I tank the ranged dad?
You receive more damage if you're closer to the boss there. It's just something that ranged are supposed to tank. Let's see if I can find something that shows that. There we go, yeah. If you're within 5 yards of another person, they're also going to be taking a ton of damage. So unless you had 3 tanks, it's recommended for a range to take it. Yep, you want to soak the small purple swirls. It hurts a tiny bit unless you've got that thing that reduces your total amount of stats. But at the end, they just keep on coming out, and it can get a little overwhelming if there are a lot of those things popping around.
The small purple ones have that like little spike that comes out of them. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, just think Kill Jaden meteor thingies or whatever from Antorus.
Rev, why don't you go tank? I'll tank the ranged dad. You stay on the melee ad with Cherub.
Okay, so you just want to 3-tank it so we don't have any ranged dealing with it?
When Quinn went down, I tanked him up until we wiped. I had aggro on him pretty much the whole time. And I was right by him, and I was alive, so...
Okay, that's fine at least until the other DPS are attacking that ad and we're getting hit by the splash from it. Although I guess if you keep your aggro there, you can just step back a little and it should be fine.
Yeah, I'll be out of range by then because I'll have so much threat on him I can just stay at max range and he ain't gonna come off me.
Yeah, you can just go and see if you can find a replacement for Porn Bay or something.
There you go. Nah, I just need your DPS, Quinn. We got him. Being a priest, you know, with fort buff, that would be awesome.
But no, instead we've got another shaman, which is also pretty awesome.
Shaman.
Oh, you mean that buff I just gave you?
It's not the same.
Oh.
No, honestly, it's the poor imitation. It's very
Oh, do you
disappointing.
want int too? I can do int too.
I don't need it. I don't need to be smarter. I get hit in the head a lot, so it don't help.
Well, anyways, what you saw there is basically the gist of the fight. It's interesting. Once you get it down, there's not a super lot that's changes between this and heroic, aside from shit hurting way more.
1.
Next boss is also pretty interesting.
Where do you want him at?
Skull. Oh, are you talking about the range guy? Drag him to X. When we're first killing the range guy, it's gonna be at X.
You doing it at 4? 5?
4. Whenever your stacks fall, just taunt. No, between 3 and 4.
Batch, get out of that. That was the big circle you don't want to soak. Somebody dispel Quinn, please. Alright, me and Trin will interrupt 2, let the other one camp. Envoy interrupt 1. This actually works out perfectly with 3 boomkins.
He just kinks though.
Dispel Quinn. He's gonna die if that goes off. Alright, everybody on ranged guy.
Oop, that's coming for us. Melee.
Don't dispel Trin for a while.
Yeah, if we manage those buffs well, we can get a ton of extra damage, but as soon as any of those effects start happening, or, you know, some sort of high damage thing goes out, we need to get people dispelled immediately. Otherwise that. I just got killed. By crushing doubt. Thank you for the res.
Beware.
Somebody dispel Trin. Move Zexash to Skull, please. Kill the Herald. Or kill the Vis. We're still on Zexash. You can drag Faful over to Act. Dodge Cerebral Assault. Alright, nuke Zasaj and his ad. Alright, now we are fighting Fafu. Everybody go to X.
Is there a res for Quinn or Vit?
Not at the moment.
5 seconds.
Dispel Trin now. Jinx, innervate.
He'll be hitting 50% in just a second.
Impertinent.
Adds up
Kill
again.
the Visage from beyond.
Beware.
Trin interrupt 1. Dodge the Cerebral Assault. Let the other one go off. And now drag the bosses to... Blue.
Everybody stand in spirit. Like,
Alright, we're gonna start off by hard killing Fathul, and cleaving Zexaj. You need to make sure you get out of the purple thing. Could you bring the ranged guy or the melee guy a little bit apart?
It's almost together, but how far do you want them apart?
About that should be fine. They were getting a little bit too low. I thought things were gonna pop out a little too quickly there. Personally, I think Hero is fine when we're doing the
He's at 26.
burn phase. He's empowering the relic. We're no longer getting healing. I'm interrupting one of the abomination things. Batch, interrupt one of them, please. I got that out a little late. I think me and Batch are the only DPS left alive at that point.
yep.
Oh, one thing I probably didn't mention about the artifact over on X. If you're under 25% health, you auto-die. It's kind of a big one that I didn't mention. There's no super easy way to wipe it up, so just stand in big purple swirlies.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hideous whisper. Cower before his might.
So does that debuff give you a DPS boost?
Are you talking about Promise of Power?
Yeah.
Yeah, that gives you a 10% damage increase and a 10% stat reduction. I think that's health reduced, actually.
It's at 76.
Okay. So we shouldn't dispel him right away.
If they get above 5, dispel them, 'cause people can auto-die from certain abilities happening. Right, Trin? Interrupt. Burn the boss. Envoy, interrupt 1, please. Kill range guy. How did you die, Envoy?
Too many stacks.
It says I got killed by witness, and the only person you got. Still kind of confused on how I went from full to this.
You shouldn't be dispelling people with 4 stacks when there's others with 7 and 9.
Yeah, please dispel people when they're above 5, please.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, when you're at 9 or so stacks, you pretty much have like 30,000 health, so anything happening will kill you. Monk, I already invaded somebody, I forgot who already. Kill the Visit. Alright, drag the ranged boss over to Skull, please.
Alto's at 53.
Beware.
Okay, that's unfortunate. While they're happening at the same time. Let the one closest to us get his cast. Cam, interrupt one of the abominations, please. Focus Zaxaj. We have another res up. Now that that's done, drag both bosses over to square. Cherub's just dead.
My stacks didn't fall.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get Spell Harlequin, he is non-stack. For the Quinn.
Yeah, dispel Quinn and Trin, please. Alexstrazsa is pretty low, so just focus on him for the moment. Alright, he's empowering the relic. You're gonna wanna kill the ad and nuke his shield off.
Spell
Yeah, people really need to get dispels, especially when they're pretty high.
It's hard to tell how many they have.
Yeah.
So if you could call them out, that'd be helpful.
Your dream
And stay in range. I'm chasing more than I'm healing.
Just people call out when you have more than, say, 5 or 6 stacks of it, just so healers can target you quickly.
Do you guys have a custom interface? I can see the stacks.
I'm using default, I can see them too.
Mine's very tiny. I can dispel them every time they hit, but don't you want them to stack a little?
That's why 5 or 6 is when you'd want to get them. Once they get to 9, if you get hit by pretty much anything, you're dead.
If you have 5, just call it, guys, okay? You should be able to see it. Just let them know, need to be dispelled. My name is Chi or whatever.
Yep, it'll make it easier for healers to quick target you. Hopefully that keeps DPS alive a little better. We know you're an asshole.
Nav, can you put a thing on you so that we kind of stay close to you so that it'll be easier for everybody?
Yeah, I can put a marker on me.
Yes, please. Stay across the moon as much as you can.
Stay by the giant chicken.
You there, Monk?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It is whispers. Cower before his wrath.
Envoy interrupted the other one. Attack range boss. Can you attack the ranged boss, please?
You are but rubble in the storm's wake.
Beware.
Visage. Jinx intervention.
Okay.
Drag Sausage to skull.
Terrifying echoes. Okay, it's gone.
Honestly, I have no idea why he disappears like that. I don't know if he only lasts for one heal in normal or what the deal is with him. But it's kind of weird. Alright, burn him to get his bubble down. Looks like we're gonna be feared. Can you place on a tremor? Oh, made it just in time. We're attacking Fathul now on Ek.
Envoy has 8.
Alright. Gonna need a healing cooldown in a sec. Healing heat or CD.
Up.
Let's see, Quinn, I'm resing you.
Taking the blue.
Okay, you can drag the bosses to square now. With the last casket off.
When are we integrated?
I'm usually... I think once we get to the 25% mark here, if we can get them both to 25% and burn the shield that both of them will put up, then we can deal with other things pretty easy. So, stack them on top of each other and burn Alexstrazsa a little better. Yep, range spots a little better, please. Alright, let's hero now. Trin interrupt 1 now.
Spell Trin.
Beware.
We need another interrupt on the ad, please. I think if those were timed a little better, it would have been good.
That was a good try, though.
If we can get them to pop at almost exactly the same time, we could hero, burn them down, get some innervates, or an SLT would work out really well at that point. I'm thinking another push like that with the two bosses together on square at the end there, where we hero, and if we're lucky, get it there. And then if that doesn't work out, I'm thinking of trying to get another DPS from Group Finder. We also don't have many flasks or feast or anything out at the moment, so we could always buff up too.
Cauldron's down. Beast is down.
Quinn can have another closet. Thank you.
Just getting Healsia summoned in.
I know. It was merely a second. Did you honestly
5,
believe I would trust
4,
the future to
3,
blind
2, 1.
It is your world upside down. The shadow.
Empower Relic. Alright, switch to range, Dad.
Dispel chi.
Dispel Mag.
Dispel chi.
Dispel Mag, please.
Dispel chi.
Dispel Envoy.
Alright, it is activating the relic now. Monk, innervate. That'd be the time to get dispels and defensives
Dispel
out.
chi.
Dispel Math. Get the Echo killed.
Use cookies if you have it.
Or the Visage. Alright, Drake ranged to X, or not X Skull, please.
Dispel Trend. Dispel Envoy.
I guess we're gonna try and go real slow on Foothold now. Because he's low.
Your pathetic existence.
Batch, stop attacking that guy.
Your screams will echo.
Kill the Vis. Alright, now we're on Fafu. Gonna want defensives and healing cooldown. Use defensives now.
Beware.
Dispel Trend.
Dispel Trend.
Dispel Batch.
Let that Eldritch guy get his thing finished. Stack them on top of each other, get Fathul a little down
shit.
first.
Dispel Flame.
Monk, I'm rezzing you.
Dispel Envoy. Dispel Trend.
Shoko innervated.
Dispel Mask.
Gotta move, Shoko. Okay, get Zack's Edge down a little more.
Dispel Flame. out.
Alright, Monk, I'm innervating you. Fathul a little more. Pop heroism now.
Dispel batch.
Try and get your interrupt.
Phil has power over what?
Somebody interrupt one of the ends. No res available for the tanks.
Phil's not supposed to have power overwhelming, right? It's only supposed to happen if they get something twice.
Power overwhelming is the thing that people get. It spreads a little buff that increases their damage but reduces total health. So it's something that tanks should never get.
How do they get that?
So far I've seen it go on casters, and then if a caster moves towards melee, then it can pop on melee. I think that might have been, what happened there.
In that fight, all the healers were getting it a lot, and I was like, why am I getting this?
It's because you're ranged, I guess.
No, see, he had... This is to the boss, though. It says using a specific relic more than once per caster causes unknowable power flowing through the caster. Okay.
Alright, where is it?
It's under relics of power, and it's the deadly marker, power overwhelming.
Yeah, each boss can only go under the dragon once. Or under
No.
each one of them once.
Right. So I think what may be happening is doing it at the same time. It's maybe glitching it where it thinks they're getting square twice.
So why, honestly, why can't we just, alright, say tank the big guy in the middle? Alright. Take the fucking, give me 10 seconds to grab the caster, bring him to X. We get him down to 75, deal with his shit, move him to Skull, drop him to 50, deal with his shit, move him over to Box, drop him to 25, deal with his shit, and then don't touch him, and everybody go on the melee boss and just do the same thing. And then once they're both below 25, nuke them down. Because each one of them has their, they have to have, go under each one. Why do we have to keep switching back and forth between them?
That's just how it worked out for the run that I did. I see where you're coming from, though. I don't see any problem with just doing one of them and then just camping it somewhere.
Yeah, I mean,
looking at that
can...
power overwhelming, I think I get what you were saying now. Having them both pop at the same time seemed to add that extra 300% damage, which I think is what killed us at the end there.
Yeah, they took us out pretty quick.
Yep, that was kind of rough.
Or, you know, take the melee boss to Skull. I'll take the ranged boss to X. You guys get melee down to 75, deal with his first shit, and then pull him off to the side somewhere. And then that'll give me more than enough time to build enough aggro on the ranged guy, and I can walk him around wherever the hell I want. And then we take the ranged guy all the way down past 25%. I'll pull him out of the way, and then you guys can complete the melee guy, and then we bring them together and kill them.
Well, at this point, I'm fine trying anything if we can get it down. So, start off with melee guy, get him down for the first 25 on Skull, and then, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll be over on X when we pop Cherubin. Just keep him over on Skull until I'm moving the ranged guy to Skull, and then you guys can move melee over to X. And then just stay there until they're ready to start killing him again.
Eat up.
There's a feast down.
Yep, everybody who hasn't eaten, eat up.
I mean, I can most likely pull the guy right in the middle when he's down past the 25%. So that way when he spawns that damn ad, you guys can just switch, nuke it, and then, so it doesn't fear everybody, and then switch right back to the melee guy.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rapture in his whispers. Cower before his might.
Stay on the melee guy. Move the melee guy to box. No, Cam, stay on melee guy.
Tremble before his hunger, his darkness. Behold, the end of your pitiful
black shit.
Alright, now right after this one, stop DPS on melee.
Beware.
25.
Jinxed innervate. Let the one in the middle there finish his cast. Cam, can you interrupt the one closest to Zexash?
Alright, DPS should be on range.
Everybody on
right?
range now.
Yep, nobody other than the tank touch the melee guy.
If you have a small dark purple, please stand on it, not the big ones.
Unless you're a tank, you can take the hit. Down.
Yep, just focus the visage. The bubble doesn't need to be specifically taken out by the boss. It can be anybody inside the circle that you're attacking.
Alright, get that guy before he fears.
Ah, so close. At least the fear isn't super devastating on normal.
Alright, now move. Everybody still stay on range guy. I'm moving in the box. Go ahead and move the melee guy to skull.
Yeah, I'm liking this a lot better.
If you're not the tank actively tanking, don't DPS at all. Just wait until you need to talk.
The visage is back.
He's gone.
And no, he's gone. I'm gonna get heal up. Empowering, burn his thing down.
Your screams will echo through his halls.
And we can get healed again, so we should be able to move boss now.
Yep, I'm moving him to X. Last one.
Yep, and then we're gonna stay on the ranged guy until he gets to about 16-17% and then move them together in the center. Defenses and healing cooldown. If anybody gets to 25%, they'll auto die. Kill the echo. Okay, start moving the melee guy over.
Yep, start slowly moving him over.
Alright, let's hero now.
Yep, arrow. Kill this shit. And we gotta go down together. Pull in closer if you can.
Kill Fafnu a little more. Alright, nice. That worked out way easier.
Good job.
Woohoo!
And,
Good
yeah,
job.
let's watch the cinematic.
Then we all died.
Hold on, I don't like this.
You want,
Yeah,
or
for
you
some
don't want to be
reason, that
eaten by
reminds
some
me
sort of
Bear.
weird thing?
No.
Medicaid just came on.
Oh, I just got my Vantis Rune recipe. Nice.
Quinn, if you could get Medicaid, please. Thank you.
Now, honestly, I only vaguely remember what's supposed to happen for this next boss, so that's going to be interesting.
Oh my god. I bonus rolled the same freaking thing.
I only got gold for that.
Might actually be worth it for me at this point. And gold.
Is this work? Is it working now?
Or do I give it to you?
We can do a slash roll for it.
Yes, Medicaid.
Vit doesn't need the plate belt, so if somebody wants to roll for it, and do a slash roll now. Now then, these little relic thingies have different abilities for people who grab them. The one trident thing, I honestly don't fucking remember what they do. All I know is that the little electric one makes it so stuff that's unkillable is able to be killed, and it, you know, does decent damage. Yeah, it kills us. It hurts.
How do I stop it?
You don't. You just let it go, and then once it's done, it's becomes basically just an item on the ground that can't be used for 20 seconds. I mean, I picked it up, I've got the thing, but it's still got the shared cooldown. The next boss revolves around us using these things effectively. All of the trash on the way up here, unkillable unless I use the Storm of Annihilation thing that Trin just did.
Hey, did anyone else, well, is anyone else getting whispered by Inzoth?
Yes.
That's just how it is.
Okay, because I'm trying to see if there's something special for keeping the eye on or not.
You got an eye in your face?
Yeah, I did the quest line that goes up to this, and I decided to keep the eye on this character to see what I would get differently.
The only thing that's different is people with the other eye, you'll be able to see them, and they'll be able to see your eye. That's it.
Really? Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
You complete the quest, you get a toy that puts an eye on your face for, I don't know, 5 minutes.
Yeah, I did that on my horde.
Alright, so I think the Trident does a water shield that is going to be used to soak some big mechanics during the next boss. The lightning thing is going to be used to kill unkillable ads, and then the purple one is going to be used to soak pools on the ground that heal the boss if they get hit without that thing active.
So the thing with the Void Stone, it still has an effect where we can't heal each other. We can't heal at all.
Yeah, someone want to hit their thing so we can kill this guy?
Can I
Yeah,
just
sure,
do
why
a
not?
quick mic check? Can you guys tell me if it's working?
Yep.
It's not.
Sounds fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, those things regain health too, don't they, Mav? If we don't kill them with the
The
stone?
big ones, I think the Ichors and the Tentacles are good, but the Abominations are unkillable. Ouch.
I'm staying away from you guys.
I already
got you
saw
in
this
heals.
coming when I looked up the raid. I'm like, there's gonna be some troll DPS using that trident. I feel it so badly.
That wasn't the electricity there. That was those little blobs all dying.
I thought there was also like a 5-yard thing, or was it the first boss where if you near somebody using that, then it does damage to everybody?
Are you talking about the storm?
I'm not sure, man. I remember all of it tends to run together, though. I remember some of that ability.
Okay. Yeah, that right there, that's being used right now, damage taker reduced by 75%. That's the trident. The thing that's above me right now, the little lightning orb, is the, damages everybody in the raid, can be used to troll around. It's also used to kill guys who are unkillable, so I'm using it now.
So the strategy is going to be kind of like get everybody below the 25% mark so we can choose at one time.
I think it should be good doing it one or two of the ads at a time. I mean, throughout the course of the fight, ads just keep showing up, don't they? So if we can use it less, that'd be better, but I don't remember exactly what the ads do for the next boss. I just remember laser beams, other shit happening, and not standing in front of the boss. And the pools of evil that people should not soak.
Do you have any idea if the ads for this next boss are going to be spread or kind of together where we can clump them?
They only come out one at a time, and it's from the edge of the room coming in.
Alright. So it's not
And,
similar to
yeah.
a council fight then, where I'll need to respec.
No. And it's not something that's easy to predict. Where they showed up seemed to be pretty random.
Sounds like I had to repair after all this trash.
It's not a bad call. I don't think pulling all that was a good idea.
I
No.
got feared. Sorry.
Oh, you got feared? Oh, it's the maddening gaze. It's the same thing that those assholes in Underrot do.
One or both guardians already.
Well, both guardians are ready to be killed, so whoever's got that orb, Cam, just hit the button.
It's on a cooldown.
Alright.
Here comes maddening gaze
shit.
again.
They got full healed? How?
They gain their health back.
Yeah, but I thought it was just a low trickle gain, not a full heal.
Nope.
That's for you.
On the Fat Boss video, they were talking about like dot them up and bring them down to the same health kind of at the same time, and then use your whatever the hell it's called to your special ability to kill them all at that point.
Right. Are only tanks able to grab the trident?
Yeah, each one's class specific. I mean, spec specific.
Okay, so yeah, tanks can only grab the trident, healers can only grab the shadow thing, and DPS can grab the lightning.
Yep.
Was I supposed to grab the shadow thing?
I think Shoko's got it.
Okay.
Doesn't that also prevent all healing to the bad guys and the good guys?
Yep. But does protect the healer. It's more of a soaking thing from what I've seen on videos.
Are we the bad guys?
Yes.
We're always the bad guys. We're alliance.
Alright, from what I remember, we were tanking the boss at the edge of the arena. Every once in a while, the whole area will end up shrinking, kind of like, that one boss in Oldir who has the little shadow things covering part of the room. It just covers the outside and then slowly comes in. Actually, yeah, it's break time. I'll explain after we're done. No, not the Lich King. That one annoying boss in Oldir who has the little shadow things that starts from out or comes in or starts from the inside and goes out.
Mav, go pee.
Go pee? Fine.
Go get your shake on.
Yeah, that's the guy, Zekvaz.
Who are you talking about, Medicaid?
Well, that was interesting.
Yep, I hear you. You're moving on, boy. You're good.
Alright,
Actively, not at the moment. Did you download an add-on called Vertical Text for Healbot? That's probably why.
Sounds like something or someone's trying to steal Medicaid's character or account.
we're definitely going to need a repair bot young enough.
His crown will open the way.
That I think sounds nasty.
What was that, Chi?
The I think sounds nasty.
Oh, that guy back there. Yeah, he does. Pretty sure he shoots laser beams at us at one point during this fight.
What was the raid before Old Deer? I can't remember.
And Taurus.
Yeah, Oldir was the first one for this expansion.
There was a raid that you have a same eye guy, and then you have to kill all those people, and then you go inside of him and kill the heart.
Yep. That's gonna be Legion Emerald Nightmare. Last guy. Or not last
that
guy.
guy.
Il'gynoth, Heart of Corruption.
Yep, that's is what it reminds me of.
A little bit, yeah.
Seriously, Medicaid, go by water is the name of your mage?
He must be annoyed that they made Conjure Refreshments into a single button based on whether or not you're in a group or not.
I see that. Hurry up, Cam. You got 10 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Just in time.
Alrighty then. So, this boss is interesting. We're going to be fighting him on the edge of the arena. We're going to have to make use of these artifacts throughout the entire fight. Everybody can stack up behind the boss. We don't need to be spread out, so we can make use of that sweet, sweet cleave healing from Rain and the Druid one. When the ads come out, we're going to beat them down and then use the little Tempest Caller thing on them in order to kill them, because they're unkillable little bastards. I forget everything. Deal with it. I don't know when you want to use the trident. I know it's important for something, though. Some sort of soak that we gotta deal with. There are gonna be little pools that come out. They will take a couple of seconds to form up. We want to move the boss and make sure everybody's out of it when they spawn, 'cause if anybody hits it, it will heal the boss. We can use this purple relic here that healers grab to soak up those pools. You just pop the relic, and when there are a couple of those around, you just run through them, kind of like what people with bubbles or hunters did with those fire things for the monk bosses in the Zarlor. There's going to be laser beams that come out, and they'll move across the room. There's going to be 2 of them that come out, one going across the room this way, and one going across the room that way. you want to try to run through one of the beams and then just kite the boss and kite away until the laser beam debuff wears out, and then go through the second beam in a spot where you're safe. If you get hit by both of them, you take a pretty heavy dot, and it kind of hurts bad. What else was there going on? Honestly, that basically sums up everything I remember. There wasn't a whole lot going on for this fight. Oh, there was a second set of ads that come out, in the later phases. There's going to be those little Mindbender ads that you'd see in, Shrine of the Storm dungeon at the last boss. Basically, DPS is just going to interrupt them and nuke them down. Those ones are killable, so we don't have to worry about the whole issue of needing to use the little Tempest thing at that time. Everybody eat up. We've got a repair bot. All that's really left is seeing it. Okay, so every time he's doing his gift. Got it. Alright, Jinxed, do you want to grab the purple thing? I'm gonna grab the lightning relic.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bow before your true master. His eyes behold every truth.
Nobody stand in front of the boss, by the way. That right there is the thing that you don't want to stand in, so move the boss out of that. Every time it soaks, it heals the boss. And that's what I was talking about. It's exactly like that boss from earlier. Ad coming out.
Beware.
There's the laser beams I mentioned. If we stand over by where the Guardian is right now, we should be fine. You don't really need to move. It's impossible to completely avoid him.
Beware. Beware.
Dodge the maddening eye. Cherub and resin.
Mav, do you want me out?
No, you can save it. This is just the first time we've done it.
Beware.
Alright, I'm gonna be using the lightning thing once that guy's slow.
Beware.
We need to keep burning the boss.
Idea,
lightning
Mav.
beam.
Whenever you use the lightning thing, let everybody else stack. And you just move out that way, because I think it does extra damage if you're close to everybody or something, doesn't it?
You can check.
So with those
Someone grab
rays,
the
what do you
rock.
do?
Basically, with those rays, you just run through whatever one's closest, and then you wait for the other beam to get close. It's got a debuff that lasts 6 seconds. It's a little annoying, but if you can get to a safe spot quickly and just stand there, you should be able to survive it. No.
Do you want to try and get to those rays where they intersect so you only get hit once by the two of them?
You can't.
Someone grab the rock.
Beware. Beware.
Yep, that's just going to automatically give you 2 stats.
Beware.
Oh, also, those guardians empower the boss when they're close to it, so I think, waiting for 2 of them to come out might be problematic unless we can get the tanks to separate them well. How are the tank swaps needed for this fight?
Looks like there's some kind of touch thing that gets put on the tank that they have to run away and drop.
Okay. This is a wipe, so,
Beware.
Gotcha. Let's just jump out into the circle of doom that's outside of it, or outside the area.
They were not the ones you sought, Master. We will find others to open the way.
Yep, every once in a while you'll see eyes form up, and you'll also see a purple debuff on the ground. You just want to stand out of that. I think it tracks a couple of certain players, though.
Is there any point where you get like mind controlled or can't heal anyone?
There is one of his gift abilities that makes everybody become hostile. I don't think you're able to heal at that time, but it just lasts a couple of seconds and you don't get completely mind controlled, so you run on and attack people. You can just heal yourself or dodge shit on your own. Just, don't murder your friends at that point.
Did you guys have a repair?
There was an auto hammer that was down. I think that's gone now, though.
Okay, no problem.
Here.
Okay,
I'm on
cool.
top of it.
Okay, yeah, I see it now. It's at star.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
apparently the touch of the end thing that I mentioned is basically whoever gets that is the one that's going to have the ads attacking them. That's why the other tank taunts. I didn't understand that. So the secondary tank should not be standing in front of the boss when he does that cast.
Alright, so whatever tank's currently fighting the boss just takes the boss, and whatever tank isn't runs away from the boss while they have the ad on them, so they don't empower the boss in any way.
Can't use the bubble on the beams because it's a 2-minute cooldown, and those come up more frequent than 2 minutes.
The bubble's just 75% damage reduction, so it would make it so we'd survive through the beams, but like you said, it comes up way too frequently for it to be worth it for just the beams. Yeah, obscurity is that little ring thing that I mentioned from the boss in Oldir. It's similar to it.
Oldir was a dungeon or raid when this first came out?
Yep.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Old Worm. What the heck is he talking about?
No, I was talking about the boss Zekfaz from Oldir. It has an ability that has those little shadow thingies that looks pretty similar to the ring that's closing in on us there.
I returned after that was old content, I guess. I haven't been there.
Yeah.
Envoy, do you have a flask?
No.
Where are you? Drink up, please. Cam, you got a flask?
Mm-hmm.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pay the price for your defiance. His eyes behold every truth, every unnumbered crime.
Beware.
Ad coming up.
Beware.
Most people should be safe from that beam. Just kind of fighting the boss where they are. We need that Undying Guardian away from the boss.
You can't take him, Neil. Once I get the stack, you have to taunt the boss, and all the ads will attack me.
I think you need to just move the boss at that point. Looks like the ad's stunned.
You have
Alright,
to
we've got
use
the
this.
second guardian.
Come grab the boss.
Everything I heard said that it's best to use it with 2 guardians.
Beware.
Are you able to grab the boss?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Beware.
Using it now. Alright, laser beams. If you stack on Unat the boss, you'll be safe with from double stack.
Beware. Beware.
Trin, can you grab the lightning thing? I wasn't able to pick it. Whatever healers got that item, could you use it and clear those pools?
Yeah, I was just waiting for 3.
Alright, we've got the second guard.
Beware.
Quickly kill the second one, and then use the item.
Got the boss.
Beware.
Ouch, that didn't work well.
Beware.
I think the combo of the lightning thing and the beam debuff just did a little too much damage.
No, the circle should never be this small. In every video that I looked at, it was never that small. We need more DPS. We should be phasing him before he gets that many casts off where that circle gets that small.
Some of it may be we can't really use that ability until the second ad comes out anyway and gets down in health. So we really don't need to burn that first ad so fast. Throw some dots on it and then let it come down, and then when the second comes down, burn them together, then use the ability. That way there's more DPS on the boss for longer. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
Or just
That
using it for one ad.
It's got a long cooldown though, doesn't it?
It's like 20 seconds or something, I think.
It doesn't. Oh, okay. I don't know what the downside of using it is. I haven't been using it.
Basically, why wait?
What is it? Who's picking it up? What's the cooldown?
It says 3 seconds when you, pick it up, but then I think the next person that picks it up, they have like 30 or something seconds.
Yeah, whoever uses it isn't able to pick it up for a while. So I guess if me and Trin just kind of alternated, it should be fine.
Yeah, but doesn't it put a debuff on a person that picks it up? So is it as long as you
No, not
alternate,
really.
or does it stay on?
No debuff, you just hold on to it until you need to use the ability.
No, but once you use it, you get a debuff to where you can't touch it again for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So that first ad, do you want me and we got Lock and we've got 2 boomkins to throw dots on that first ad, and then just go back to the boss and let it tick down until the second ad comes out? Because then we can pull them together and cleave them, you know?
Yeah, that sounds
She
fun.
just said she lost her connection.
Your death will be no different.
said she'll be back in a second. A minute. Or...
No, just a second.
No, I did not. I don't have any.
She drunk them all.
Stop. I wish.
Now
you
onto
gotta
the
run
bottles
back.
of wine.
That I do have. I'm saving that for later.
Like 5 minutes from now.
No, tomorrow. You should have, since you're eating again, Mr. Muncher.
When the arrow finds its mark, the last fetter will fall away.
Yes, it does.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bow before your true master. His eyes behold every truth, every unnumbered crime.
Move the boss.
Beware.
Shadow to the aid of fire.
I need to get closer.
Beware.
No, those ads don't have a lot of health. Melee doesn't even need to be hitting them, probably.
Nope.
He's stunned, so if the other one doesn't come out in time, he's gonna just get to full too.
We could just let him get to full, and we'll have to do them both at the same time. Alright, kill the ads.
Beware. Beware.
Can we clear some pools, please?
So phase 2?
Yep. Kill this guy.
Get
Out
a
of the
blue
big
crap.
circle there.
Mav, can you pick up the crown now?
Not yet. Interrupt and kill the mindbenders.
Neil, take
Understandable.
Beware.
Lot of little
Mindbenders when they
ads.
die spawn void spawn. Please do not do a leap over the pool. That just cleared it. Or that just soaked it.
Only ranged on the Guardians until Mav calls.
Yep, let's kill these guardians.
Mindbender.
Interrupts.
Get your Reuben up.
Beware.
Our ads on cam for some reason.
Somebody interrupt the mind bidder, please.
Beware.
Won't be able to get. Okay.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Second Guardian.
Doing lightning.
Get him out of there.
Resing cherub.
Big heal cooldowns.
Mindbender.
That one's back in there.
A range can interrupt it.
Beware.
Don't forget about it, innervates.
Oh, heal's gonna innervate.
Sherry innervate.
Let's save mana for.
Next phase.
Beat the second guardian down so I can use the ability.
Does the boss take damage while he's doing that off the screen like that?
No.
No.
Okay. Can we turn him towards the wall, maybe? If possible?
Yeah.
Trying.
He does a frontal thing that hurts.
Oh.
Warm me up.
Fucking ass forever to get in here.
Try not to murder your friends. Oh, people who get this insatiable torment debuff need to be in with people. Trin, you should be able to grab the orb thing now. Can healer grab that without trick?
When should we hero also?
We can hero right now. At the start of phase 3 at this.
We have 2 guardians up.
I got him.
Thank you.
Watch out the guardians. Watch your footing. There's a lot of crap over there.
Beware.
Ooh, hell.
Abyssal Collapse, 500k? No, 600k.
So what
that's
status?
what we're saving the trident for?
Yeah.
I believe that was from the trident.
It was, because you have to use all the healing power of the trident. If you don't, whatever's left over, because it has a shield basically, and if that doesn't get all absorbed, then whatever's left gets inflicted on us. So it still have 534k left on that healing absorb on that trident. So we need to use it during a high damage time, so there's nothing left.
Okay, so that's how that works out. So if it's used at a time where it's not actually needed, you're gonna kill everybody.
Yep.
So that would be good then to pair with the who'd you call it? Electroshock.
That's when I popped it. It just lasts for a while.
The other thing too would be, since it's designed to absorb damage, we all need to be inside of it probably to absorb that damage.
Oh
if
yeah,
only
we are
half the
pretty
raid.
stressed.
Yep, half the raid's all over the place. Then there's not going to absorb other people's damage.
Yep, we can stack up a lot tighter than we are.
So inappropriate, Chi. So inappropriate.
I'm really disappointed in you.
So both
Quinn
of the
got
times I
it.
died was due to annihilation, which I guess is I dropped below 25% health when that storm shit was going on, and it insta gives me.
Yes, that is how that works. It carries the same effects as the first boss, where if it's under 25% health, you will get insta-murdered.
I feel like we almost had it though.
It was a little slow going, and we did soak up a lot of pools, but it was pretty close, yeah.
One thing too is, if we kind of call the middle the safe zone, and everybody, even when crap falls in the middle, after it disappears, let's try to all migrate back to the middle. That way it's easier on healers, ads are easier to kill, and everything. And maybe when I know that phase with the little blue shit kind of going over half the raid, you know, maybe let's all always try to collapse back to that middle. And then when we pop the shield, we should all be in the middle too. The other thing too would be, I thought, is make sure the shield covers the tanks along with the rest of the raid, because they're going to be taking more damage than anybody else. So that should eat up that shield.
Honestly, we really didn't shield. I was just popping it to pop it.
Yeah, that was the only time you used it, right?
Yeah, literally. I'm like, all right, well, we're at like 20%. You pop the one thing. I'm like, I'll pop it. See what the fuck happens. And we died.
Yep. You heard it from the man himself. It's his fault.
Oh.
Are you going to put food on it, or you're asking for food?
This is normal, dude.
We died though.
Because you're here.
2, 1.
Pay the price for your defiance. His eyes behold every truth, every unnumbered crime.
Why is everybody so spread out?
I'm in the safe zone.
On top of Shoko.
Move the boss.
Beware.
What was that boss like 3 expansions back? The last boss of the raid where... I guess it was 2 expansions back where the boss would actually come... The ads would come from way off a screen in a room like this.
Honestly, I don't recall.
Beware.
Oh, heals, yeah, innervate.
Emerald Nightmare.
Beware.
Yep, that's what it was. That was last expansion. I liked that fight, it was fun.
There we go, second guardian. Burn the second guardian down.
Get him.
Using storm.
Beware.
And the kill tree, you guys gotta watch. Gotta keep Trubin above 25%, guys.
He was below that with that anti-healing spell.
And it automatically kills him.
Oh, heals iterated.
Yep, a lot of people are getting double stacked, so he's defensive.
Phasing.
Head up.
You let Trubin survive.
I might survive this.
Go chair.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Out of the evil circle. I wasn't aware it feared. Interrupt mind benders.
Beware.
Remember to interrupt them, they will full heal if a cast gets off.
Oh.
Don't forget to keep throwing dots on the boss.
Kill the second Guardian quickly.
Another one healed up.
Okay, kill them at the same time.
It's almost to the point where we could probably ignore the person completely, right?
Top boss.
Using it, keep Herschel up. Keep Herschel alive. I don't want to be responsible for every tank death this fight.
I'm not Shrubin.
Beware.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
To the circle. Mindbender's up, kill them.
Beware.
To the master. Run away, little girl. Run away.
Kill the Guardian. Using the orb now, keep Cherub up.
Oh, heals, yeah, innervated.
Beware.
Jinxed innervate.
Maybe squeezing here in 2%.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Come on, Benders. Interrupt the second command.
Go chase. Do the lightning thingy. Kill that damn Guardian.
Using lightning.
We could probably hero.
Yep, hero now.
Beware.
Next Guardian coming.
Boss.
Beware.
Kill both Guardians. I died. Keep people up. We have a Batarez up. Get Ohelia up, please. Trin, are you able to grab the lightning
I
thing
can't grab
since
it.
I died?
Someone
Crap,
grab
I think
it.
that triggered his cooldown.
I can't grab it. I can't click it.
Just don't worry about it.
Yep.
Just don't run into orbs while it's not up. You can tell when it's active or not by the way the pillar looks around it.
Ads are still up.
Take the boss.
Yep. Kill the guardians. Try to keep people up, and then we can use the thing to,
Get
burn
Trin
them
up.
down.
He's down.
Keep Trin, Shoko, and Rev alive, please. Right. Healing cooldown, defenses.
Get Trubin up.
I'm out of mana.
Nervate
Trin's
delayed.
dead. Don't die, Shoko. Oh, you're lucky it ended, but it did.
Beware.
Get somebody up in 3
5
seconds.
seconds on a red.
Patch, run to someone so they'll heal you. Have that thing you can get healed by being next to others.
Aid your faithful servant, Almighty Nazar.
Guys, stop moving.
Second ad up.
Don't worry about the ads. Just everybody focus boss. We can take the hits from the ads.
Someone stack with Rev.
Let's see. Jinx, you could use your self-res at this point.
Boss.
Yep.
Please do not run through the pools. Only healers with that one thing you should run through the pools. Tank swap.
I do.
Healing icon is available if one of you wants to run through the pools that are up.
Please do. To give us more room.
Yeah, I got the debuff on me.
Someone take it and run through. That's a healer. Boss.
Nice one, Monk.
Beware.
I'm down.
Well, there's nothing we can do about that now. The boss is basically unkillable at the moment.
We have to use that thing like we used in the ads on the boss also.
So we can like execute the boss at 25%, right?
You sought, Master.
I don't think it works like that.
Others to open the way.
Oh, he was on top of one of those things on the ground? Is that what that 99%?
That was the Guardians.
When the bosses and the guardians are right next to each other, boss takes 99% reduced damage.
Yeah.
Oh,
The whole entire taunt swap mechanic actually forces the ads to target a different tank, so it's, built right into there that they need to be separated. So that's that you don't need to individually taunt any of them either, which is pretty cool.
I think when he changes the last phase, save hero until I would say 25%. At that time, we'll stop killing the ads and we'll just ping pong them, blow hero at 25%, and burn them.
Sounds good to me.
Now that we've seen enough of it, can we 4 heal it? Everybody kind of knows where to pop the healing cooldowns and stuff.
How many healing have we been doing?
5.
Fucking slackers. Oh, that's Jinx's call.
Yeah, if you want to do it.
Everything will die faster.
Heels, you want to transfer? You want to switch over?
If you want me to,
You
I
do
can
good
do whatever. I don't do great boon, but I can do about 10 to 12k.
Okay, that's still better than other healers switching, so you can do that.
Okay.
No Medicaid.
If you were fighting the other boss, yes, you could have tanked, but not this one.
I don't mind. I don't mind DPS, and just don't make fun of my numbers, please.
We don't screw with people here.
No. If anything, the fact that you can throw an innervate to a different healer actually probably help out a lot.
Yeah, and I'm also spec'd, so I can throw some extra heals out as well.
Ah, you went Resto Affinity. That's nice.
Correct.
So a healer with extra heals.
Don't worry, Vin. You'll find.
We just need to gear you up a little better for DPS.
I've played it probably 4 or 5 times, so.
Feast down. Everybody eat.
The chickens are multiplying.
More chickens for later. No drumsticks.
All the drumsticks.
No, dude, that's not the same drumstick.
You just hurt my feelings right there, you know? Okay, everybody's ready. We should be good to go. Well, you do eat like 90% of the raids, so I could actually believe that.
Exactly. Get ask Quinn about the drumstick next time.
5, 4,
Wow, that was hilarious.
2, 1.
Pay the price for your defiance. His eyes behold every truth, every unnumbered crime.
Beware.
To the master.
stand up by the boss if you want to survive the beams without 2 stab.
Beware.
Keep Cherub alive.
Beware.
All that DPS on that ad's wasted until we get the second ad.
Both heads up.
Beware.
Hobbit.
Using the thing now.
Beware.
Good boss.
Head up towards this corner to survive the beams. Defensive and healing cooldown if possible.
Shoko innervated.
Vitnal Rezio.
Right after this.
Next Guardian's coming up in 15, so we're fine holding it.
Do we want to almost treat those beams as like an alternating cooldown moment, like under the dragon for the Conclave fight?
We can. If everybody can, or most people can get only 1 stack, then it should be fine. Interrupt the Mindbenders.
Beware.
Guardians and Mindbenders up. Kill the Mindbender and then burn the Guardians down.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Use the artifact now. Keep G up.
Beware.
Mindbenders.
Run away, little girl. Run
Good job.
Next Guardian coming out. Don't kill the first one. Kill Void Spawn.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Burn second Guardian. Using Orb now.
Nope, can't kill him one.
I thought he was still good. That's unfortunate.
Get the X and Mindbender.
Beware.
Go Mindbenders.
Someone stepped in one, he went up 2%.
Yeah, I think when they were grabbing the healing cooldown orb thingy, it ended up triggering the one that was standing.
Do we have to where we can kill these ads?
It's not active yet, but it should be coming up in a second.
Alright, focus still on the tire.
Using it now. Alright, or phasing.
Yep. Like I said, we'll get him down to about 25%, and then we will ignore it and ignore the ads and just pop hero.
Okay, remember we can stack up close to the boss. It'll help out with healing, especially when it comes to that annoying thing.
And why are you moving away? Never mind. Ah,
Red crap on the ground.
running away from it.
Up again.
Beware.
Stay in the boss, not that.
Yeah, nobody should be on ads right now.
There's no need to
We have at
overlap the
least two.
leeches.
Jinxed, innervate.
Can we get those 3 puddles out of the way?
Jinx has innervate.
Jinxed, you can clear all those.
Beware.
Monk.
We can hero and burn the boss at this point since he's at
No,
20.
get these 2 ads
Monk
down,
innervated.
and then we'll hear
Ads
it.
first.
Yep, ads first. Get those 2 ads, kill them, and then hero, ignore ads after. Get everybody above 25%.
It's
Spirit Link.
hard to do.
One guardian's healing. It's
Alright, now we'll do this low hero.
Beware.
Ruben, you need to move away from those puddles so when he comes back to you.
Beware.
Please do not run through the puddles when you run away, though.
When we have that insatiable thing where we leech, can we be near a tank?
You can be wherever you want.
Any way we could get someone up?
In a 17 seconds. Gonna get.
Do not tell he's going to run through the puddles if you taunt him from where you're at. Thank you.
Beware.
Trade rising.
But we got him.
Was that Triton used enough?
Whew.
Yeah.
Sorry, my DPS wasn't near what I said it was. My bad.
It's all good. We ended up getting it down anyways. And at perfect time, too.
No one's mass rest.
quest over here.
Why is there a giant walnut behind us?
It's an eye, dude.
It looks like a walnut. Or a pecan.
Or
I wasn't gonna go
Don't
there.
say it.
Oh my
Don't.
god, we were all thinking it.
I love the fact you and I, Monk, are like laughing about it.
It's hilarious.
Alright, we've got a trinket up for grabs. It's an interesting, damaging trinket.
Yeah, I like to keep it, but I don't DPS or do any damaging, so it won't benefit
Oh,
me.
you should have changed specs. Loot spec, I mean.
I didn't think about it. But if it can benefit one of you guys, great.
Well, Quinn is rolling main spec, I believe. And Sherry's rolling off spec. That means it's going to go to Quinn. So, congrats there. It does look like a fun one, despite the fact that it tries to kill you with it. Night, Batch.
Night, Batch.
yeah, good run tonight, guys.
Night, Daddy.
Friday in a row.
I won't be here this weekend. I'm going to California tomorrow.
Lucky. Take
So I
me
won't
with
be here
you.
Friday. I know, right?
We're in California.
Somewhere on the beach.
That one beach in
Southern or
California.
northern?
Trying to remember where we're going. I think it's like close to Disneyland.
LA.
Southern.
Anaheim.
Or San Diego.
Santa Monica.
Anaheim. South
It's
Los
Anaheim.
Angeles, north of San Diego.
San Francisco. Oregon.
No, that's way too far.
Alaska.
Ventura? Is that where you're going? Venice Beach?
Hold on, here it is. We're going to Philadelphia. It's Newport Beach.
Oh yeah, that's a nice area.
It's a nice beach.
Thanks for the run, guys.
Thank you, Heels.
Thank you.
Hey, the San Diego Zoo is really cool too, if you can have time to do that.